we take time in PATH to get people to just explore. What do you love? What are you great at? What are those things that get you up in the morning, hopping out of bed? And that's what the dream's all about. It's about finding out what your dreams are about and what part of that can you hold? Isn't that what life's all about? For me, it is,
Somebody saying, my dream is this, the family might be saying, well, that's part of our dream too, or their friends might be saying that.
We're going to go far, into what's in your heart, but then I promise we'll come back to where we'll actually have a plan here. People will know what they're doing, who's going to support them to do it, whether they're doing it all by themselves, whether they've got people around them supporting them to do it.
And so you go from the dream to what's positive and possible within a certain period of time, right? And then you say, so what's possible and positive out of all of these dream things? And then you break that down into steps, and those steps start with, where are you now? What's my dream? How realistically, how far can I get within a year? And where am I now? The part that we've been really focused on is the who part, or who's in the room. Just who showed up tonight, and why did you show up, and what's important? Who should have been here? Who could have been here? Who might have been here? Who do you know that, a year from now we could imagine being here? People are compelled by the vision of a dream, and then who is it who's compelled? Who can be compelled?
I've had lots of paths where people have said to me, thank you, I've been waiting for so long to figure out how I could do something. What could I do? An example might be the mom and dad are so busy with their lives they can't even think about how they can share the load. And yet we took these 3 hours, we sat down, and then there was actually something where I said, well, I could do that. And they said to me, that would be so great.
We did a path for somebody the other night, and they had this very challenging thing they needed to do. 3 people started arguing about who was going to help the person do this incredibly stressful, hard thing that they just have been waiting forever for them to do, right? And it's going to happen, right? Yeah, we do the training about 3 times a year. We do training, and it's for kind of a maximum of probably about 15 people at a time. It's about a week long, and people come in, and we show them the process first, and then we get them to kind of critique what we've done. So we do a path in front of them, and then get them to talk about that experience, and we get the person who's had the path to talk about what it was like for them. And then over the next few days, we get them to do a path. So they facilitate a path, they draw, and then they do the graphic facilitation, they draw the path, and then they have a path. So they go through those 3 experiences. And we do some other training around some other things, around problem solving and graphic facilitation, sort of an introduction to graphic facilitation and facilitation techniques. And then kind of walk people through some of their fears around, what it's going to be like to walk into a room of people who are all, kind of intense. So we did a path for a woman who was, 50 odd and had never had a path, never had any planning in her whole life. And we did a path for her, and she went out and she did all the things that were on her path. Last week we did a path for a group of people that was working on a project together, and it's like 5 different ministries, 3 different agencies, 6 different professionals. It was a room full of 30 people from 30 places, and they were able to come together and figure out where it was they wanted to go together. Like, there's a bunch of different things that people can do, and path is just one of those things. What we like about it is that it incorporates everything that's good about person-centered planning, as far as we can tell. You can email us, and our contact information is on 101 Friends on the website.